Hello, today I am listing a Quantum XL100 by Singer. This machine is a electronic sewing machine and embroidery unit. So it's got an embroidery attachment, and so it does either and both. And so on the machine itself, it has a start and stop button, a reverse, thread cutting, and a speed control. So you don't have to use the foot pedal, although it does come with a foot pedal. Now it also comes with a large embroidery hoop, complete. Comes with a small embroidery hoop, but it is missing the insert. And it comes with some cards. Now, the cards that are going to come with it are the two that came with the original machine, which is the alphabet font, the teddy bear, which has many different designs on it, and the Veronica, which was a purchased card, and this is a jumbo card. Now this one has where you actually have to move the hoop because they're all multiple designs. So as an example, the heart is 5 steps. This one is 3. This one I believe is 2. So they're all multi hoop. So that's why it's called a jumbo card. So the finished product is larger than this hoop, which is, I believe, a 4x5 hoop. Anyway, I'm going to show you some features on the machine. When you first turn on the power, it's asking for an embroidery card because I have the embroidery unit hooked up. I'm going to turn it off. I'm just going to undo this lever. When you undo that, it thinks it's not connected anymore. So when I turn it back on, now it's bringing me all the regular sewing features. Wanted to go over this real quickly. There are these features right here, which are pretty much the standard features, including all full automatic buttonhole and basting stitches and hem, etc. And then you have some additional built-in stitches. So you've got some of these really neat stitches, and there's pages of them and pages. There's this fun one which you can do a face. Then you've got these regular stitches, and again there's pages and pages and pages of them. Still haven't run back to the top. Then here's the built-in, there's a block letter and a cursive, and then you've got your embroidery card. And there's all kinds of edits you can do. So you could select, say, the letter E, and you could say repeat. And so it's just going to do E, 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 all the way down until you stop the machine. So you have all kinds of different features. So I'm going to clear that memory. And now I'm going to turn it back off, and I'm going to put on put in an embroidery card. It goes in the side here. Make sure you hear that click before you turn the machine back on. What's nice is this machine is in terrific condition. You can see the LED screens are nice and bright. And so now it's reading the embroidery card. It's got here what the designs are, and we just push on the embroidery and it goes through the different pages. Now I already stitched out the pig. Here's the pig, and you've got 2 options. You can do just the outline, or you can do the full filled in design. And so that's that pig right there. Now if I try and select something, it's telling me I need to have a hoop. So I'm going to put this on pause because I need to hoop some material. But before I do that, real quick, let me show you some of a little sampler I did a few moments ago. So you can see I did all 4 of the buttonholes. I did straight stitch, I did zigzag, I turned it into a satin stitch. This is okay. Here I am again. Sorry, It just turned off on me. I also did some of those built-in stitches with repeat, as you can see. I wrote singer on here, and that is just built in. I did the cursive and the kitty cat and dinosaur. Okay, now I'm going to pause it and hoop some material. Okay, hello, here we are back again. You can see I've gotten everything hooped, and I'm using just regular felt, fleece, and a tearaway stabilizer. And I'm going to do the flower. I've got it in there, and once you choose it, you always hit the palette so it breaks it down so you can see exactly what it's going to do. And the first two colors are green, and so color selection is important. This first is going to be a lighter green. Actually, I'm going to use a variegated, and then I'm going to use a darker green for outlines, and then I'm going to do the two colors of flower. And so first thing you've got to do is lower the presser foot and hit start. And you can see it already started a little bit ago, and it started doing some of the underlayment. And now it's doing the fill. As you can see, it's filling in nicely. This is the leaves. It's definitely fun watching the design appear right before your eyes. Now I'm doing the second color, which is going to do some outlines and give it some texture. Now I do want to make the comment that I have this machine on a glass top table, so it makes it a little bit noisier than it would be. You have to hold the thread in order for it to start, and so it'll show you here it's bobbin. You just push the button while you're holding that top thread, so it will start. And then you cut the thread after a couple of rounds, and there it goes. It works perfectly. Nice, perfect bobbin, which is very important. You don't want a funny shaped bobbin. Well, back again, and here we are finishing up on the last color. You can see how pretty it's turning out. Since I put down cardboard because this glass top table just makes it too noisy, you can tell there's definitely been a decrease in the sound, and this is what they truly sound like. I'm going to pause it and come back when it's finished. Something else I just did is I decided, you know, it might be pretty to have a little bit of a third color in the very middle. So as it's sewing, you know, think outside the box. And so this is going to actually have three colors to this flower. I'll come back when it's done. Okay, so it's finished. When it's finished, it always comes out of the design with some basting stitches just to let you know it's definitely done. It stops, it cuts the thread. Now, one thing that you always want to do with all sewing machines is you cut the thread up here like this, and then you pull the thread out. You should never pull the thread back out of the machine from the top. That messes up tensions. So I always pull it out and just throw away that little bit of thread that came out from the machine. So at this point, you push this lever over here, and that releases it. Pull it out of the machine. And now I have to switch hands. Okay, so you can see it complete. Isn't it pretty? So you got to see it sew a complete design. The machine is working fabulously. There is one other little tidbit of information. Whenever you're threading the needle on this machine, and it's true on all of them, never goes completely all the way up. So when you go to thread it, always come over here, check, and make sure that that needle's all the way at the highest point, so that when you bring down this lever, that the hook goes through the hole without catching any part of the needle, so you don't bend it or break it. And so I'm in the habit, I automatically go over to the balance wheel, make sure that that needle's all the way up to the highest level, and then when I go to thread my needle, okay, I had to set the camera down so I can show you this. This is how you thread this needle. Like I said, you want to make sure that the needle is all the way up to the top, very top, and you've got your thread. And so what you do is you pull this lever down, and as you're doing that, what you do is you actually hook the thread on that hook, you see, over here. And then as that pulls through, you pull it up so it's tight against that, let go, and the thread is now behind. And it's that easy to thread. So if I were to do that again and show that, what you do is bring this down and hook the thread. It's easier if I'm not trying to do this in between the camera and the machine. Bring that up straight under that, and it hooks it, and it brings it out to the back, and you just pull. Okay? Okay, so as a finishing touch, you're going to want to pull out the basting stitch, trim any little threads that are on there. There's a thread here. You can see a jump stitch here, a jump stitch here. And so you're going to want to trim all of those and then unhoop it. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. And there you have your project all done. Isn't that pretty? Well, thank you for watching my video, and this is a terrific machine. I think you'll enjoy it. Have a great day. Bye.